How's it? It's your boy, your winner, your bookie, the lottery ticket. Lottery ticket dot winner. Lottery ticket about to go to lunch, but not before he gets this video to you around this time every day, about 2 p.m. or so. Got a video pick for you in just a second here. Your video pick today will be in the Major League Baseball between Colorado and San Francisco. Let's tell you what's up in our neck of the woods of the lottery ticket. Okay. NHL got two one-unit leads we'll get to. A total and a playoff prop between Tampa Bay and Dallas tonight at 8 p.m. NBA got a free-unit play between Boston and Miami. Tickets _ lottery on Twitter if you want to get that. Lakers could not get it done over the Nuggets as a one-unit lead last night, but we'll bounce back with a free unit between Miami and Boston. Okay. MLB got a winning day yesterday. Fucking hit my knee. 4-2-1 day in MLB. The 4 wins were 2 free-unit wins. Miami, Atlanta went over the total, and the Arizona shut out Texas. So those were 2 easy winners there. Got a couple one-unit leagues that hit as well. Milwaukee, Cincinnati stayed under the total. Although they tried to make it interesting. In the 9th, you got Houston with a one line that easily cashed over Seattle. Did not cash with Tampa Bay over the Mets as a free unit play. Nor did we with San Diego on a one line against the Los Angeles Angels. And the 2-unit video play last night was a push between Oakland and the Dodgers under 9. It was a miracle that they didn't go over the total. So that was kind of when they'll even know it, we got the money back. Okay. WNBA went 1-1. Seattle, Minnesota slowed down in the 4th quarter, didn't slow down enough to get under the total. But Las Vegas cashed as a 5.5-point favorite. They had to come back to cover the spread. Okay. MLS got a free unit play at tickets _ lottery between We Are Salt Lake and Los Angeles Galaxy. Got a 2-unit video play between Miami and the Red Bulls. That's up on the YouTube channel and on Twitter at tickets _ lottery. And free 1-unit leads are on the video as well. Let's get to the video play for you guys today in the Major League Baseball. Somebody's honking here. I don't know why. I like Colorado, San Francisco to go over 9 runs here, okay? Couple reasons here. Number one, you got Colorado coming off a 5-2 loss to San Francisco last night. Game stayed under the total of 7.5. But you got 2 pitchers here that have had some flaws in them this year, especially Castellani, 1-3 with 5.59 ERA. He gives up a lot of runs away from Coors Field. We've seen this is a final game, typically the final game this is game 3 out of the full set. I'm sorry, but typically with these teams go over the total. Yesterday was a well example in which they go under the total, but I expect Colorado's offense to bounce back. I think San Fran will get 5 or 6 runs. Colorado will be an active underdog to a degree. Winds are blowing out at 16 miles an hour. A lot of smart money hitting the over. They'll fall like the over 9 between Colorado and San Francisco. Let's get to some other leads for you guys today, okay? 2 NHL leans, 1-unit lean on the under 5 between Dallas and Tampa Bay. I think you're going to see some slower games now between these 2 teams. Dallas getting the last line change. Dallas is a designated home team tonight. Off a loss, Dallas typically does really well on the defensive side. These 2 goaltenders are really good. I think you're going to see a lot of missed shots, block shots. Both teams got penalized quite a bit last game. I think I'll make an emphasis on that, not to get penalized. And I like the under 5 there at plus 110 between Tampa Bay and Dallas. 1 unit lean, player prop rise. I like Andre Palat over 2.5 shots here. Palat has been Palat's kind of been underrated throughout the playoffs, with Braden Point doing well, Nagamenov doing rather well. But you have Andre Palat here, kind of a third guy, if you will, maybe the fourth guy, with Stamkos coming back if he comes back tonight. Not sure about that, but he's on their first line. He's also on their power play line, getting some shots tonight, getting some really good opportunities, most likely. Therefore, like over 2.5 shots for Andre Palat as well, if you can get that. Okay. MLB got a 1 unit lean fee today. Los Angeles Angels, San Diego, like the under 8.5 here. Bell is an underrated pitcher, 1-0 with a 3.26 ERA. Clanville-Joe's 3-2. I think he's 2-1 since coming to San Diego from Cleveland. But you do, the Angels bullpen's been somewhat better the last few games. Padres bullpen lost a game for them last night. I think they'll have a bounce back effort. It's a getaway game. This is the last game of the set. Angels have nothing to play for, essentially. San Diego has absolutely nothing to play for. They got the 4 seed in the National League no matter what happens. I think you're going to see a low-scoring game. Both bullpens have been doing decently. Both starting pitchers have been doing decent. Clanville-Joe's on a bounce-back game tonight. Bell has been doing fine, been doing rather well. I think that trend continues. So I like the under 8.5 between the Angels and the Padres. Also somewhat of a public fade. 70% of the public's on the oval, but the line hasn't moved at all. It's moved to the under actually. Open at 8.5, and some books are at 8, but there's 8.5 still at the Treasure Island, at the Golden Nugget, at the MGM. So I like the under 8.5 there. Okay. Now let's get to some other leans for you to get today. Some thoughts. These are thoughts here, okay? NHL, Tampa Bay, Dallas on the side. I like Tampa Bay to win here, minus 145. Tampa Bay, I think, is now in control of the series. They won last night, won the night before against Dallas, 3-2. Excuse me. Tampa Bay does very well in Game 3. Dallas does well in Game 3 as well. But I do think Tampa Bay's turning the corner. You can see the Lightning have played much more confidently Game 2 as opposed to Game 1. Both teams know each other's game plan rather well. I think the Lightning have a little bit more firepower here, so I like the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 145. But if you go with Dallas plus 130, I can't blame you. That's good value on the Stars there. NBA, Miami, Boston. I like Miami plus 3.5 here. I know the public's on Boston. I think it's a good buyback spot, especially if they get to plus 4. At the end of the day, Miami really wants to go up 3-1 on Boston. They really want to go up 2 games on Boston versus being tied 2-2 and then a best of 3. Last advantage goes to the Heat here. It's a momentum kill for Boston because they won with Hayward back in the lineup, and now they're not playing. They didn't play the 2 nights after. They last played Saturday. Today's Wednesday, so that's 3 days rest. So that's a momentum killer for Boston. And I like Miami getting points here. I think Miami's a little bit disrespected. And whenever they feel disrespected, they show out the next game. So I like Miami plus 3.5 there. Okay? Let's get to some other thoughts in baseball today. Philadelphia, Washington. Excuse me. allergy season down here in Florida today, man. It's not been good. Philadelphia, Washington. I like Philadelphia in the over here. Joe West is a really good board umpire. Philadelphia has to have these games now. They're 27-29 with 4 games left. They have to win these games if they want any shot. They have Eflin versus Fieldy. They definitely have a pitching advantage in that game. So lean Philadelphia there. Texas, Arizona, no lean. Both of these teams want to go home. It's been a rough season for both teams. Maybe anything like the over 9.5, but no lean really in that game. Chicago White Sox, Cleveland. I like the under 7 here, but not enough to make it a lean or anything like that. I think the totals rather low, even with 2 quality pitchers like Bieber and Giletto on the mound. Both of these teams are going to go to the playoffs. This could very well be a preview of what's to come. So staying away from that game as a whole. Yankees, Toronto, if anything here, I'm looking to back Toronto at plus 205. I think it's good value there. Rays, I know Rays 2-5 with an ERA above 7, but Rays a much better pitcher than that. And since he came from Arizona to Toronto, his numbers suggest that with the Blue Jays. I think you're getting good value. That's an implied probability that there's a 30% chance Toronto wins this game. I think it's closer to 40 or 45. So it's a game that you don't expect to win really, but the value's there. So I like Toronto plus 205 now if you're going to play anything. Houston, Seattle. I like Houston on the run line here. Greinke's on the mound. They do rather well against left-handed pitchers for Seattle, and McAvelis is that. They're 12-9, I want to say. I heard this morning. Houston wants to win this game to eliminate any shot of the Angels or Seattle to grab that second place in the AL West. I think they do that tonight. So I like Houston in the run line now. Milwaukee, Cincinnati, no lean here. Bauer's a great pitcher, but he has no run support. He's like the next DeGrom or Gallen for Arizona. Milwaukee is a really good September team. They've done that the last 3 or 4 years. Cincinnati's minus 160. I think that's too inflated. If anything, maybe a sprinkle on Milwaukee, but really no lean though. Cubs Pilots, no lean. Hendricks is way too inconsistent for me to back him as a minus 230 favorite. I don't like the run line, so no lean there. Tampa Bay and the Mets, if anything, maybe a sprinkle on the Tampa Bay run line. Tampa Bay lost last night as a minus 130 favorite, lost 5-2 to the Mets. So they do have some revenge. Mets are essentially going home. Rays want to get the number 1 seed in the AL, which is tightening up a little bit. I think you're going to see an effort with Tampa Bay tonight. So I like Tampa Bay on the run line there. Miami, Atlanta, really no lean. Maybe the under, but Atlanta's so inconsistent. But really, but I don't like a lean either way between Miami and Atlanta. Baltimore, Boston, bats are free in play. Tickets underscore lottery there. Detroit, Minnesota, I like Minnesota one line. Mara's on the mound. 5-1. He's been really solid this season. Mize gives up runs left and right. So maybe a little bit of a lean on Minnesota run line there. St. Louis, Kansas City. I like St. Louis here. St. Louis really has to have this game if they want Cincinnati and Milwaukee not to grab the second place in the National League Central. Kansas City has nothing to play for. St. Louis has everything to play for. They're coming off a shutout win last night. I think they ride the momentum and get the win here against Kansas City. Oakland and the Dodgers, if anything, I like the Dodgers here minus 150. Manana has been too inconsistent for me to back him. Uis is at home. He does very well at home. So I like the Dodgers minus 150 there based on value. That is what I have for you guys today. I've done a video about every MLS game. It's up on YouTube at this channel, Lottery Ticket, at tickets_lottery on Twitter. Winning for you guys, more than losing. Working hard for you guys every day. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to the YouTube videos if you get a chance to. Putting out good content about every game, every sport, NHL, NBA, MLB, MLS, WNBA, whatever it is, Lottery Ticket does, okay? So, working hard for you guys every day. See you back here tomorrow. Peace. I said peace.